My next response is for Krista. Thank you so much, Krista, for your comments. She made a lot of valid points that I am in exact sentiment with. What I thought you said that was very interesting was how the global culture is different. Western versus Eastern and things like that. But not only that, just here in America, we live here. When we go down south, the culture is different and things like that. We do things differently. So I think that same notion should be placed, on a larger scale and exemplified to make the same point, that just because they do things differently, it doesn't mean that they're this and like that. We don't say, oh, down south they like crawfish and they're savage, or you know what I mean, things like that. So I think it's just a matter of us, coming together. And I think also the division that comes from the global community is something that we carry, from country to country, state to state, city to city. There's a south side and the west side. We're never really just one. So it's just something that's human nature, and I think that we also have to pay close attention to that. And then I also, liked what you said about, that's why I made the last comment to Laura, about what you said about, just because other people don't have what we have, it doesn't mean that they're savages. You know what I mean? It's, making do with what you have. And each culture has something to offer us, For example, right now, like, Asia is advancing, they're on top of the world as far as technology goes and things like that. Educational systems are different for a certain reason. We're good at what we're good at, they're good at what they're good at, And there's some, historical things that also go into that, like, let's say, for example, a lot of countries were colonized in Africa. It's one of the richest countries in the world, but due to the fact that politics happen and things happen before, they're forced in those type of situations. So I think we also need to be aware of the fact that it was just a reaction. You know what I mean? And the division between the Western culture and the Eastern culture is something that's more, historically bound, and something that's going to go on, just like traditions, and old beliefs go on forever until the younger generation comes in and starts to see it for the bigger picture and modifies it and eventually becomes a norm instead of a taboo. So that's my spill for that, and thanks again for your comments.